All right, folks, good morning. All right, let's get started. So for today, Tuesday, October 22nd, we have the following. At 10 a.m., we're going to have FOMC member Harker speaking. Also, the Richmond Manufacturing Index, those two reports are expected to have um, significant impact. Not the strongest expected, but definitely some volatility should come into play. So we'll keep an eye out for those. Again, that's at 10 a.m. So we'll have about a half an hour before those reports come out, and then we should expect some degree of volatility. So we'll try to find the best opportunities we can find early, and then take the more cautious route during the time that FOMC member is speaking, and of course when that data comes out. All right. That being said, looking at the QQQ ETF this morning, we can see that we're opening lower than where we closed yesterday, or at least that's what it looks like is going to happen. Yesterday's action was mixed. It was volatile, but neutral. We had big swings up, big swings down, but for the most part, um, we ended slightly higher than where we closed yesterday, but wasn't really a trending day at all. So we'll see how things play out. And all right, I'm not sure, something has got this warning on YouTube here. I'm not sure what's going on, but okay, not sure what's going on there. But it says something's wrong with my stream, so I apologize if it's slowed down. But anyway, let's keep going. So, as far as opportunities go yesterday, let's take a look. So, we didn't have much. In fact, we didn't really have anything that worked out yesterday. So, NVIDIA was the closest to an actual win. NVIDIA, it did actually get up to nearly our T2 of 130, 143.86, but it did it at the very end of the day. And throughout the rest of the day, we did have some decent movement up at first going to T1, but we weren't able to catch it at that time. And then what we did afterwards is we were watching it, but it never really gave us a setup that was workable until very, very late in the day. And at that stage, it was kind of late for us to look at it. So yesterday, pretty much nothing that came up that was um, doable. But anyway, having said that, sorry, one second here. Okay. Having said that, let's take a look at what's moving in the pre-market. All right, so as of right now, and I apologize, folks, I'm having apparently some connection issues. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I can see it starting to buffer again. All right, so here's what we have so far. We have BIVI, which is currently up 9.51% on 3.9 million shares, and it's over $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list for stocks. And that was actually on our watch list recently anyway. Next up is CYCC, which is presently up 12.12% on 2.2 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to my pre-market radar as well. Next up is GNPX, which is presently up 109, was almost 120%. With 37.5 million shares, it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that. GNPX the pre-market list. Next up is HYZN, looks like. That's currently up 81% plus on 16.5 million shares and at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to pre-market radar as well. Next up is IMUX, which is currently up 12.9% on 5.7 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to the pre-market watch list as well. Next up is JBDI, which is currently up 12.6%, 1.8 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that, JBDI, to our pre-market watch list as well. Next up is PHUN, currently up 11.53%, 2 million shares plus have traded over $1 per share. So we'll add PHUN to the pre-market list. Next up is TCBP, which is presently up 41.85% on 6.2 million shares. It's at least $1 per share, so that's going to be added as well, TCBP. And then lastly, we have TI, or at least on my list, we have TIGR, and that currently is down 9.14% on 1.5 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share, TIGR. HIHO is mentioned. Let's see. Okay, that one's currently up about 20% on 1.1 million shares. Is at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market watch list as well. HIHO. All right, if you folks see any other stocks that meet all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. The four criteria are: it must be a NASDAQ listed stock that's trading at least $1 per share in the current pre-market session, must also have achieved at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume and at least a 6% price change, which can be positive or negative. So if you see any other stocks that meet all four of those criteria, let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. And let me just paste the stocks we found so far, since there are a lot of them. All right, I guess that's it then. So we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's Pre-Market Pulse. Please be sure to like the video, folks. I see we have 9 likes, but more than 9 people watching. I know we're having some audio issues and video issues too, but please be sure to hit that like button. It greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications for new videos. If anyone's watching this on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. There is a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone else, I'll see you for tomorrow's Pre-Market Pulse. And for everyone who's part of the coaching room, I'll see you there in about 23 minutes. All right. All right, folks, have a great trading day. See you for tomorrow's Pre-Market Pulse. Trade well. Take care.